Alright guys, what's going on? We've got the 8th war of season 25 here, and today Forloki's going to be facing 211. This is an alliance that we face pretty regularly. We usually win. And in this war, I'm also going to be going for my 100th consecutive solo streak. So only 9 people before me have reached 100 fights in a row without dying. So it's pretty exciting. I'm going to go ahead and scout the map, but I was actually out of town for this war, so I'm gonna have 3 fights and that's it. So I'm kind of looking around, like hoping that I don't see a ton of fights that I feel like I'll have to take. And luckily it doesn't seem like there are many. Like Hitmonkey on Rage, someone else could easily take that. Nick Fury, that's probably going to be Dr. Doom. So I don't see any of like my quote-unquote usual fights that I would be taking. Maybe I would normally take that Kingpin. But yeah, a lot of those fights are just like Quake fights that Bryn could easily take. So I am going to go ahead and select my team here, and it's going to be Omega, Sabretooth, and Quake. And yeah, this is actually going to be a really easy war. So like I said, I was out of town like when I recorded this portion of it. And I always sit here for a minute and just like make absolutely sure in my mind that I have the right team. So I'm going to go ahead and move up to my fight. And then I'm going to back out and I will go ahead and finish all of my fights super late. So I got home at like 2 o'clock in the morning, which for me is very, very late. But I also don't play very well in the morning, so I didn't want to like wake up the next morning. I knew I was going to be exhausted. Easter was the next day, so I just wanted to get my fights over with. So this is Path 7 in Section 1. This is just kinetic transference, and it is a rank 3 6-star Nihilus. So nothing to be super concerned about here, but I was kind of dueling him, and I kept making mistakes. I hadn't played the game all day, so I was definitely a little bit concerned about messing up here, trying to parry him. And I might actually mess up at some point. I don't remember. I don't remember if I was messing up a bunch in the duels or if it was during the actual fight. Okay, so there I just tried to heavy him to get the fight over with. And yeah. So that fight went down really easily. And I also don't do super well under pressure, and I was already feeling a lot of pressure to get to 100, so that last fight was 99. So this following fight here is going to be the 100th fight, and oddly enough, which is actually really awesome to me, it's going to be against an Omega Red, and I don't see him on defense very much. Honestly, I think it's kind of wasteful, especially if he's high sig. I didn't see if this person's Omega was high sig. I mean, we have one too, like we have an Omega on defense, but that's because the person whose Omega it is doesn't run suicides. So you're gonna see I'm gonna miss like almost every single parry in this fight. I'm not going to play this well at all. So I'm gonna lock in 10 spores here. For me, that's like, I mean, it might as well have been 0, you know? And I don't think I'm gonna get back, I know I'm not gonna get back above 10 for the rest of this fight, but at this point I knew I had it pretty much in the bag. I knew that, you know, just like hitting him was gonna be enough. So just keep heavying, locking in like the couple spores that I do actually have. And he's just gonna drop. So I love that. That was my 100th fight. I got my streak, so I am officially the 10th person in Alliance history to reach 100 fights in a row without dying. And the people who did it before me were like really, really, really good players. So I was really happy to be able to join them. And this fight is a fight that I've done before. I've tried it with Quake before and died to it. I'm not going to do it perfectly. So this is around the time where I start missing parries. But I know at this point, so I have 27 spores on him. He's only at 7 hits on his little combo meter. My reparries were just not there at all. But you can see he's about to go down. So yeah, I'm not sure that I could have reached a streak this high with like more difficult globals. Like right now, war is easier than I think it's ever been. Like we don't have stubborn anymore, we have protect, which pretty much doesn't apply to Omega Red. And it's just made war like, I mean, unbelievably easy. You can see I barely did anything compared to all of my alliance mates. I really appreciate them basically carrying me this war. And we did actually end up losing. So you can see we died 8 times, they died 6 times. The death count in war right now is just so low. Like in Masters, like I mean, you pretty much have to finish under 5 if you want to win, and I think that's a big problem. And next season, as it gets to be, like, you know, people are going to get even more used to protect than they already are. I could see alliances finishing with 0 deaths. I could see that really not being super uncommon, so it's kind of unfortunate. If you guys don't already watch Enzo's videos, he was talking in his video that I watched today about some changes that he'd like to see to war that he thinks would be like really easy to implement in between them doing their like big overhaul. And he was talking about just like increasing attack and health values a little bit so that it's not easy to like eat a combo and still survive. I think that might be a good idea to have it be a little bit more unforgiving, at least in tier 1 and 2, because right now, you know, if you're fighting a 5-star rank 5 with a rank 3 6-star and you're boosted like, you know, even kind of heavily, it's really hard to die. Like you have to make a lot of mistakes over and over and over again, or like just not, you know, if you're max boosting for fights, you're mostly soloing your fights. So it would be nice to see it be like a little bit more challenging, you know. And I think that Kabam needs to find a line between like BS, like their old tactic, what was it, Siphon, where if you're fighting a villain champion, they basically take 10% of your health on a parry. They need to find something between that and what we have right now, which is, you know, either the globals need to be more difficult or the map needs to be more difficult, or they need to like not allow boosting or something. But either way, sorry, that was kind of ranty, but thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I can keep the streak alive for a little bit longer. I have a goal in mind that I'd like to get to, but I don't want to say it out loud and jinx it. But I will let you know once I reach it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.